Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another live stream. I see I'm keeping people in Europe and Germany awake at night. They say it's late and they were about to go to bed. I'm ruining people's sleep schedule here. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Getting ready for the weekend. I had some free time this afternoon, and so I figured, what better time to do a stream? Didn't get to do one yesterday. However, I did an early impression video on Latessa, which I actually really enjoyed. I don't know how many people are familiar with Latessa, but it was a really nice iris. But I mean, when you're smelling like the King iris right here, pure Orris at 80% irones, it's so hard to be impressed with just a composition, but it's so good. And so today, I'm claiming victory over a bottle, even though I technically have not defeated the bottle totally. I've been spraying with reckless abandon today, trying to finish this bottle, but I don't think it's meant to be. This is my scent of the day, by the way, and this is the bottle I'm claiming victory on. Is there any bottles that in your collection that you're about to finish or that you have finished? So this is the one that I'm wearing today as my scent of the day. I know, it's oud wood, and just a couple drops left. Look at that. Like I'm trying to spray. I'm trying to get rid of it, trying to banish the beast. But you know what's funny is my wife loves this stuff on me. And so even though we give it a hard time, I give it a hard time, especially when you compare it to, Aries Ladores and Bortnikovs and Ensar Ouds and all this other stuff, it's Agar Aura, all that stuff. It's still, people love this for some reason. Now, the biggest beef about oud wood that I hear is that it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Every single time that, the years go by and new versions of this come out, more and more people complain. I've seen people saying now it only lasts 30 minutes on their skin, which is a shame. I don't know exactly what year my bottle is. It's AA6, for those of you who know Tom Ford's batch codes. I don't know, 2016? I have no clue. AA6 is the batch code on this one. And it's in white, not gold, so I know it's not a vintage. I would love to smell a vintage of this stuff before they kind of ruined it. But even my bottle seems to be strong compared to the stuff that people are talking about today. They're talking about half an hour and it's gone. So yes, this is, I've slain the beast almost. Look, just a couple drops left. And this is not decanted. I've been wearing this. This is a perfume that I wear. Will I buy another bottle when it's gone? Probably not. I think that's just going to be it. My wife won't be happy about that because it's her favorite fragrance of all of them. That's her favorite, but I don't know if I enjoy it. I mean, the one thing that I do enjoy about it is I think it's a great take on rosewood and cardamom. Those are the two biggest notes to my nose. Rosewood and cardamom are the two biggest notes to my nose. And I enjoy rosewood and I enjoy cardamom, but I get almost no oud accord in this. So yes, I'm keeping you up, Scott. I can't wait to get your samples, man. I've got 4 unboxings to do. 3 come from one person. The other comes from a perfume god person that doesn't want to be named. All right, DJ, thanks for staying up, man. You go to bed at 9:30 on a Friday. You have to be up early. Thanks for waiting, man. Hey, Steven, welcome. Good evening, Kevin. Welcome from Lakeland, Florida, my friend. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you before, man. Good to see you in the live stream. That's right, fresh lid. I've got I got a thing next week I got to go to. And so I don't like going like this. I like to give it a little bit of a chance to grow back. But God, my hair grows so fast. I mean, in no time, it'll be back to looking like it's ready to be cut again. Well, Lulu, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I'm seeing some new faces. That makes me happy. Ah, here we go. Francesco Smalto Pour Homme. Brilliant, Scott. One of the best. Probably very close to top on my backup bottle wish list, although I probably have 95 mils left of it. So I might be good. Hey, Stephs, welcome, man. Asteroid hits Earth or Ramsey finishes a bottle. That's right. That's right. A bottle. Well, and even then, I'm kind of half-assing it, right? Like, there's probably still enough for another wear in here. But I've been spraying with reckless abandon trying to finish this bottle. I've got to respond. Give me 1 second. Baboosh, welcome, my friend. Tobacco Reserve in the post today. Big fan, but overly hyped. Wouldn't pay 100 quid on eBay. Aramis Tobacco Reserve. Dude, it's amazing. I mean, just wait till you give it some more wears. It's definitely worth 100 quid, in my opinion. Yes, your Jubilation's running on fumes. Do you have a backup of the same vintage version? Ah, Hub Zero. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here. Good evening, Nick. Thank you for all you do. Yes, that's right. I'm glad you're here too, man. I like the interaction. Hey, Magnum. Oh, Opus 5 Wood Symphony. Yes, I have I've actually got a bottle, but I have not worn it yet as my scent of the day. So the only thing that I know about it is that I wore it to bed once, and it's a beautiful, soft, irisy, woody fragrance, if memory serves. But I really don't know it well enough, Giorgio, to give it a full breakdown yet. I'm still learning that one, but I can tell you I like it. It's very good. It's kind of the exact opposite of Opus 6. Opus 6 is like powerful, punchy, cypriol, take on oud. Opus 5 is much softer, a little iris to soften things up is what my nose gets. So yes. But I will be talking about that more soon. I need to wear it more. It's right over here somewhere. Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent, my drug of choice. I don't think I've ever smelled that one, Stephs. Timothy Everest for Man. I've never even heard of that, Magnum. I'm going to have to look that one up. When did that come out? Timothy Everest for Man. Let's pull out the old phone. Timothy Everest. Is it a Marks and Spencer fragrance, Magnum? I'm not seeing Timothy Everest. Hey, Dushan, welcome, my friend. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Untrained Nose. Yo, Snippo, welcome. Feel terrible. I didn't think to include Alexandria 2 or Margaret Man EDC, man, since I'll get my nose on Alexandria 2 one way or another. It'll happen. I did. Can you actually hear me this time? No more underwater ram. Happy Friday, Anuj. Michael John, hello. You don't want to hear my take on Baby Cat. I don't have a take because I've never smelled it, but I assume if I did, you won't want to hear it if you're a fan of Baby Cat. First year of release, Antaeus. An applause of approval for that one. Ah, yes. Jean-Paul L'Essence today. Is that L'Essence de Parfum? Is that this one? I think it is. Yeah, Essence de Parfum. It's this one, right? The osmanthus leathery one. It's actually a really good perfume. It's probably a little too sweet and designer-esque for my taste, but I really appreciate it and I enjoy wearing it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. That would be a good video, right? Guilty pleasure perfumes. It has been a while, Pat. It has been a while. We've just been kind of, you know, he's got his channel and I've got mine, and we've been kind of doing our own things, but we do need to combine forces again. Make sure everyone knows that the Ram Duck Alliance is strong. We've recently signed new treaties. All of our troops are well aware. Beautiful, Dushan. You always have the best scent of the nights, man. Figment Man is brilliant. Yes, I cannot believe I overlooked it for so long. I feel like a fool, actually. God. I feel like a fool overlooking this. I actually have come to the realization that I think this is Anique Minardo's best work. Best work. And I know that's a bold statement because I know she's got some bangers. I know she's got some bangers like Jaipur Om and D Squared Potion and all this other stuff she's put out. But God, Figment Man is just, oh, it's just perfection for an animalic lover, you know? Someone who loves that civet and challenge, someone who loves challenging fragrances, who's bored by the everyday stuff, you have to try Figment. It actually shocked me so much that when I tried it, when it first came out, in 2017, when it first came out, I got a sample, which usually I blind buy stuff. But I looked at I usually blind buy my amouages, but I looked at the notes and I was like, nope, I gotta sample this, right? So I got a sample and I wore it to work actually. And I wore it to work and I remember going, oh, hell no, I cannot, this is not for me. And that was just 2017. So that just goes to show how far a nose can come in a short amount of time. And the smell stuck with me. Like I remember thinking about the smell. You ever have that where you smell a perfume and it's like your brain kind of continues to recall it and think about it, even though you don't own it? That was Figment Man. And FragranceBuy.ca has these bottles, and they are the older bottles. I don't know if they're still making. I don't know if they're even still making this stuff, but they're the older bottles. It's like $120 steel for 100 mils of this stuff. And I got it and sprayed it on, and it immediately all came back to me. Like the smell was exactly how I remembered it, but this time I loved it. And it's just crazy how the nose changes, you know? That's a brilliant scent of the day, Hub. Yep, Friday rules, Bren. It is weak. That sucks, dude. Yeah, the Fishman screwed Amouage. Although not in sales. Apparently they're crushing it in sales. Yes, you're right. I feel you, man. I've got 3 bottles, but I'm glad to have 3. 3,427. You might dump a couple of those. Slumber House or I've never smelled that one, Bren. Actually, I've never smelled a Slumber House. Is that a crime against humanity or what? Buenos Aires. Can you guys hear me okay with this new mic? I'm guessing you can. No one said anything. That means carved oud would be an alternative to oud wood. Thanks for that, Nick. I'm excited to try Thamine's line, actually, because you guys know I love Christopher Chong so much. And so I'm just kind of waiting to see if once his new release hits discounters, I might just do like a blind buy Thamine and pick up some of the popular ones and see what's what. Keith, welcome. Welcome, my friend. That's a great leather, Nick. One of the best, I think one of the most underrated leathers by Fragcom. I'm shocked that doesn't get more love, you know, by the people that love dark, deep, rich, leathery fragrance. One of my favorite Immortelle fragrances, too. Timothy Everest in collaboration with Marks and Spencer. Nice. Okay. I'll put it on the wish list here. I guess it's, I can actually show you guys my phone now. Look at this. There's the bottle. All right. It's going on the wish list. It's on the wish list. Maybe one day maybe one day I'll reveal this said wish list to you guys, although that video might be 3,427 hours long. Fabergé Cellini? Never heard of it, Keith. Never heard of Cellini. Costume National Homme Parfum. That's solid stuff, Enrique. I've got a pretty decent sized sample that I've been kind of playing with. And honestly, I think it's full bottle worthy. It's really good. The spices in here are stunning. If you like spice and cinnamon, holy moly. And the Parfum is actually very good. I would love to try a vintage. Rich Mitch says the vintages smell like a Tom Ford. Like an old Tom Ford, like an original Tom Ford, 2007, 2010 circa, you know? Sunshine Man, you guys are just you're rocking some bangers today. You're making me feel bad with wearing oud wood. Johnny, welcome. That's right. Don't show up with the regular, you know, Coty version of Zeno, dude. Just dump those. Keep the Lancaster versions. Neff's, very nice. I got a video on that, Dennis. It's not bad. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it as much as I expected. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a Spirit of Dubai fragrance. You guys ever smelled some of these? Neff's really smelled like the molecules that Spirit of Dubai uses, you know? Yeah, it's discontinued, actually. And FragranceBuy.ca had these. This is a tester, so no cap, but it's 125 mil. And I must have got it for $45 or something. You know, definitely better than the hundreds it's going for on eBay because it's discontinued. Sometimes Fragrance Buy has some really good, I think they're my favorite discounter, FragranceBuy.ca. Queer Cavalier, never smelled that one, Johnny, but I want to smell the other MDCIs because the three that I have smelled, Le Barber de Tangier, Invasion Barbar, and of course their best scent, Chypre Palatin, I love. They're all quality. So I'd love to smell Queer Cavalier. I'd love to smell Ombre Topeki, which Pierre Bourdon did. There's a lot of stuff I need to smell. Ombre Perso, beautiful, man. That's good stuff, Blagoy. I finished a bottle of Green Irish Tweed, and I will buy another one for the spring. It's brilliant for spring. Isn't it brilliant for spring? That lemon verbena, irisy, you know, there's that freshness to it. You know, it's Pierre Bourdon through and through. I love that stuff. Same one of the bottles I've finished is Green Irish Tweed also. You know why? I think with freshies, it's easier to spray away. You know, like, could you imagine if you did fucking 10 sprays of Figment, man, and walked to work? Oh, my God. They would just clear out of your way. I mean, you know, just completely, like you were just walking around with a head or something. You know, they would just completely clear out of the room. Slumber House is overhyped, Snippa. Really? That's sad to hear. I thought they were one of the, like, you know, one of like the holy grail houses. You know why? Because Mark from Robes 08 just praises them in his old videos. So Eau de Soleil Blanc, Blanc, beautiful. I've never smelled that one, Jean-Luc, but thanks for popping in, man. I'm glad you could make the live. I appreciate everyone being here. I finished 4 bottles out of 5 Guerlain Ideal Cologne. Try hard. Oh, man. You know, it's hard to finish a bottle when you have a big collection. And you know what else I have a really bad habit of doing? Since I track my wears and I track how many times I've worn a fragrance, when I go look at a house, like I'll look and I'll say, okay, I've worn Tuscan leather 5 times. And, you know, since I started tracking, but I've only worn oud wood 3. I got to wear oud wood to catch up, and I'll like make it this competition in my head. So instead of wearing my favorites and really finishing a bottle, I'm wearing like a little bit of everything, which is great because my memory of everything stays fresh because I'm constantly like rotating stuff. But it's bad because I don't make enough time for my favorites. I have to like make it a point to wear Quideroussy, Antaeus, you know, Bellamy. I have to. If I don't make it a point, they'll get pushed aside because I'm kind of wearing everything else. So, but that's just a personal thing of mine that I've got to overcome. He hated Slumber House. Okay, well, that's not surprising. Although he's seeming to like his January Scent Project sample set. I've never smelled a January Scent Project scent either. Forever Scent, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. Dushan was wondering if the actual formulation of Green Irish Tweed is cool. I don't know. I've never smelled it. I mean, I assume those bottles are probably not what you want anyways because they're from the 80s. And Green Irish Tweed has a lot of fresh notes. I don't know if you... I mean, heck, I've got Creeds from the early mid-2000s that have turned. Could you imagine an 80s bottle of Green Irish Tweed? No foul there, Ramsey. They're not easy to grab. He's not exactly on point with his manufacture and delivery of damn it, really good perfume. Yeah. There was one that I saw that one of the guys I started watching late who really got into like the niche oud and then he disappeared. I forgot his name. Someone recommended this channel to me and I really enjoyed it. But he only had a year or 2 on YouTube and then he just disappeared. And he was heavy into the ouds. And he got a scent from Slumber House called 6s and 7s, and it was like an oud leather. And I was like, shit, man, if I could try one Slumber House, that would be it. And then he went on to say, this is probably the most rare Slumber House you'll ever come across. And I was like, I can't even find the regular Slumber House. Forget the ultra rare ones. So just spray away. Reckless abandon with the trigger. Fabergé Cellini came out after Azzaro Poron, but before Tuscany Uomo. Citrus anise, but has an ambery dry down, rugged as to be expected by the makers of Brut. Sounds pretty good, man. I do love Azzaro Poron, and I do love Tuscany Uomo. Do you also put Ebene de Balmain in that category like I do, Keith? Or is that just some glitch in the matrix up here? Last bottle I finished was probably CK1. I have a bit more frags now, but I can spread out my wares more as now I haven't found a signature scent. I can't do a signature scent. I love mixing and matching way too much. Like, as soon as I've worn something, I want to wear something else. Even if I want to wear it again, it's like the fact that I have all this perfume and my goal is to finish it all before I die. And damn it, I swear to God, if I'm still alive in my 70s and 80s, I'm doing 100 sprays a day of whatever I wear. I'm going to finish this damn collection. I'm going to give it one of the best tries ever. It's hard for me to get a signature scent. Welcome, Daniela. Thank you for being here. Welcome to our little fragrance town, our little fragrance family. Do you have anything that smells like cocaine? They say that Tuscan leather does, but I don't know. You'll have to ask someone who's done it. Good evening, Jero. Anyone checked out the new release of the rebranded Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrances just released? I didn't even know he did rebrand them. Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Homme is really good. Yes, we all agree with that here, Dennis. At least I think we do. It's amazing. It's probably backup bottle worthy, but I own an Amouage fragrance, which is called Opus 11. And Opus 11 smells so close to Gucci Guilty Absolute. Like, some people say that other fragrances smell like Gucci Guilty Absolute. I have never smelled anything that smells as close as these two. And it's because they share a copyrighted note. It's actually a note. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you. It's a note called wood leather. And wood leather is apparently one of the, IFF or Givaudan ingredients or something like that. But it's only been used in a couple mainstream fragrances. One is called Raquettes from Penhaligon's, which I've never smelled. One is called Philip Plein No Limits Fresh, which I've never smelled. I have the regular No Limits. One is called Gucci Guilty Absolute, and then Opus 11 and Extrait Noir by a fragrance house I've never heard of. And that's pretty much it. There's one Alter Ego 786, which came out by Maison Noir last year, 22. But that wood leather note, I mean, these are so, I consider this like, I consider Opus 11 like a backup of Gucci Guilty Absolute. And you can see my bottles have dents in them. You can see the liquid sloshing around there, but they're relatively full, 80–90% full. So I just consider, whatever. This is a 90 mil. This is 100 mil. So I got enough juice of this DNA to see me through. But if you've never smelled Opus 11 and you love Gucci Guilty Absolute, it's hard to say that there's anything that's like Gucci Guilty Absolute that's even more intense. But I'm telling you, Opus 11 somehow is even more intense. It makes Gucci Guilty Absolute seem a little bit more tame by comparison, believe it or not. I know that's crazy, but it's true. Only Le Male I have is Le Male Le Parfum. I'm a fan of it as far. Yes, I agree with you, Stephen. I've got a decant. I'll talk about that fragrance on the channel soon. It is very good for a designer. It is. It's pretty good. And I think it's a Quinton Biche creation too. Scent of the day was the one and only Azaro Pour Homme never gets old. Seriously, I'm with you, Black Monday. I've basically been asleep since 5. It's now 10. If you want to come on, drop me a text. I'll shoot you the link, man. If not, no big deal. Take it easy. If you're tired. They were asking about a show of force for the, a combined Ram Duck show of force to the to Fragcom, that we need to stand united. I told them that we recently signed our new treaties. We've reaffirmed the commitment to Ram Duck. So let's do some unboxings. This is from a perfume god person. I can't say who because he doesn't want me to say who, but let's just say he's a very kind. He or she is a very kind person who has sent many stuff to the channel that you guys don't know who it is. And so we're going to keep it that way. But we've got some new samples to discuss thanks to him or her. And what these are is these are Ducitas. So one is Oud Infini, and the other is Montry. So Montry is the one that I was really excited about because I do have a couple drops of Oud Infini left, but I've yet to do a true video on it. But I will. So we've got Oud Infini, and we've got Montry. Montry is the one that is completely unknown to me. And these are 2.5 ml samples, quality size sample. I must admit, a 2.5 ml sample, this is more than enough for me to wear as a scent of the day, get to know, you know, that kind of stuff. So, and Montre is this picture of this guy sitting in the wilderness. It's a picture of a guy sitting in the wilderness. Come on, camera. It's not gonna agree with me. But he is sitting in the wilderness. There's like woods in the background, and he's sitting at a desk and he's like writing a book or something. Let's see what they have to say about Montre. Thank you, by the way, masked perfume god person whose name we will not say. So Montre came out in 2022. It's saffron, nutmeg, coriander, cinnamon, oregano, petitgrain, dried fruits, orris butter, May rose, damask rose, jasmine sambac, ylang ylang, leather, tobacco, oud, patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver, cedarwood, oakwood, and tonka bean. Hell of a note listing. Seems like it's something I would really like. Tobacco, leather, dried fruits, cinnamon, oud. I mean, it's got a lot of my favorite notes. So, so we'll see what Montre's like. And then, of course, oud and fini. This just gives me a little bit more juice to continue to get to know it before I do a full review. Yeah, this is one where, you know, I know some people found this challenging at first, but then when they've kind of circled back to it, they've fallen in love with it. So excited to do videos on both of these. And I actually have a couple. There's a few. There's actually a few other Ducitas that I want to talk about on the channel still, like Isara, which I have a full bottle of. There is Le Daucher de Siam. I know French people's ears everywhere are bleeding. And there is Les Cierges Blanc. So Ducita is a house that's going to get some love on the channel at some point in the future. I just have to kind of get around to it. But thank you, masked perfume god person, for sending me this. I very much appreciate it. And let's do some other unboxings. I have an idea what's in the box, but I have no clue which order they're in because they're all from the same person. And I tried to do a bundle on Mercari and failed. Just face planted. And they were sitting there for days, and I was worried that I was going to lose them because I really wanted these. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy each one individually. And so I got hit with shipping on each and every one, but I was like, whatever, it's $5 a pop. It's not a big deal. So let us unbox, shall we? The correct answer is we shall. Aha, of course. Of course we start with you. Of course we start with you. Okay. So here's the thing. She included this from Nila Vermeer Creations, a scent I've never smelled, but I've actually wanted to. This is not what I bought. This is a freebie she added. And it's called Bombay Bling. You guys familiar with this? From Nila Vermeer Creations, Bombay Bling. I am totally ignorant of that, although I know the house Nila Vermeer, and I know it's a house that I respect, so I'm kind of excited to get to try that. Bombay Bling. 2011. It's a Bertrand Duchefort. It is a Bertrand Duchefort. Dushan, are you buying Bombay Bling right now? She actually, Bombay Bling. It's a Bertrand Duchefort. Unbelievable. Mango, cumin, lychee. You know, he does have a way with lychee notes. If you've ever smelled, what was it? If you've ever smelled this little gem by Bertrand Duchefort, Zonka, the lychee note in here is one of the best. Speaking of bottles that have a dent in them in my collection, I didn't put this dent in it, though. I bought this partial. So that's not really fair. But if we are talking about bottles that I put a dent in, this one I did put a dent in. This one I bought probably halfway, let's say. So I've used some of this juice, maybe 45% of the way. So Bertrand Duchefort knows his lychee notes. Let's put it that way. And so Bombay Bling has lychee, mango, blackcurrant, cistus, frangipani, gardenia, jasmine sambac, tuberose, Turkish rose, ylang ylang, blonde woods. I don't know what the hell that is. But if they're blonde woods, they're probably in Germany somewhere. Patchouli, sandalwood, tobacco, vanilla, and cedar is the note listing. Smells amazing from the atomizer. I know Nila Vermeil does not do bad fragrances, and I know that Bertrand Duchefort doesn't make bad perfume, so I'm excited about that one. That's awesome. That's a cool little gift she threw in there. But here's the main attraction. Here's the main prize. The main prize, what I really wanted, was this. This is the Pure Parfum of Weil de Nuit, and it's an 8 ml atomizer. There's probably 6 ml left, she said. Yes. Beautiful. Look at that. You talk about elegant. Look at that. And oh my God. Even smelling it from the atomizer. Yes, I can see the juice level. Can you see the juice level? It's like right there. It looks more than just 6 ml to me. It looks pretty damn full. But so I have only experienced this. This is the Eau de Toilette of Weil de Nuit, and I love it. I think it's one of the best galbanum scents of all time. I did a video recently talking about, you know, my favorite fragrances from the 1930s, and this made the list as number 1. And somebody who actually, you know, encouraged me to get this haul, right? Somebody said, you have to try the Extrait, okay? It's different than the Eau de Toilette. It's like almost a different fragrance. And I said, you know what? This is one of the greatest fragrances of all time. How do I not have the Extrait of Weil de Nuit, right? Look at that. Box made in France. The good old days. Now they probably make their boxes in China. LVMH standardizes their boxes. Look, it comes with a little thingamajigger. Look. A little carrying pouch to put it in. You can just slip it in your pocket. How cool is that? How cool is that? It doesn't want to go in its little pouch, but it is there. Get in there. Get in there like a marsupial. Get in your pouch. Huh? I love it. I absolutely love it. It won't fit in the box with the pouch on. Okay, so you have to come out of your pouch. So we have a comparison video coming up between the Eau de Toilette and the Pure Parfum one day. But just from the atomizer, oh my God. And, you know, I wore Miss Dior Esprit de Parfum the other day. If you follow my channel when I do my scent of the day and stuff like that. And the galbanum in Miss Dior, the vintage, that I got from Anuj. I'll show you guys in just a second if you're new to the channel, which we do have a bunch of new people here, so that makes me happy. But if you're new to the channel, it looks like this. And Anuj at Enchanté Perfume still has some. Look at the color of that juice, man. So it's the old Christian Dior moniker. It's the old address, 30 Avenue Hawk, 30 Avenue Hawk, 75008 Petty. And this is one of the most beautiful galbanum perfumes I've ever smelled. And it starts off smelling almost like you're smelling, it's almost like the base notes jump to the top of the line. You get this galbanum with this very strong textured oak moss and what smells like tobacco, but it dries down to this very elegant, chic, powdery, floral, just Edmund Rudnitska masterpiece, you know? And if you're a guy, don't let the fact that it says Miss Dior put you off. The only problem is Miss Dior has been through probably 8,000 different versions, and it seems to me like the older, the better. So if you can find an older bottle like this, go for it. You know, this actually has a really elegant, because this is a recharge. This is not what the bottle looks like, but I would have had to pay a little bit more for the recharge that it sits in from a Nude. So I went cheap because all I want is the juice. That's all I care about. I mean, bottles are cool, but the juice is what I really care about. And this, my God, man. So this like reinvigorated my love for galbanum. And so I had to go get the ultimate galbanum pure parfum. So I'm very, very excited about trying Weil de Nuit Extrait. And this is a vintage bottle too. 80% volume. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just beautiful, man. You know, and feeling, this is textured. I don't know if you can see, but this is actually textured. Can you hear that? Let's get some ASMR up in here. But this is what Guerlain is to me. This is what Guerlain is to me. They are not the company that they're, you know, being imprisoned by LVMH now. This is Guerlain. This is Guerlain. So I'm very excited about this. All right, let me catch up on the comments, and then we will do the next unboxing, which is just as exciting. At least I think it's just as exciting. How's the microphone, by the way? Is it sounding okay? All right, let's catch up on some comments. Man, I'm so far behind. Dushan gave me $10 like 10 minutes ago, and I haven't even said thank you. Thank you, Dushan. Seriously, you guys are very, very kind. You're very generous citizens of our little fragrance town here. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who supports me with samples, you know, passing a couple bucks my way. I promise you I put it back into the channel with the new mic and the new camera and all the stuff that I've recently bought. So I appreciate the support. Nishane Sultan Vetiver. I really love that stuff, man. I know it's got amber woods in the dry down, right? I know it does. I know it's amber woods in the dry down, but God, that trio, those 3 or 4 types of vetiver that they use, it's just such a daring vetiver scent, you know? And most vetiver scents can sometimes go a little bit boring or common or, you know, whatever it is. But I love Sultan Vetiver. And this actually came from Rich Mitch's house. So this bottle of Sultan Vetiver lived in the duck den, and now it's in the Ram household. So he sold off his Sultan Vetiver. And I will tell you, though, the little collar on this that comes off is kind of, you would think Nishane would do a better job. It's like stuck in the cap. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. But yes, Sultan Vetiver is one of my favorite vetiver fragrances. along with Guerlain's vetiver. Roja's vetiver is okay too. It's just so overpriced. It's one of the most overpriced vetivers I own. And of course, probably the best value for buck is Encre Noir. Encre Noir à l'extrême, regular Encre Noir. Encre Noir Sport is a stunner for, warm weather. So yes, JSP is decent, but I'm not buying any. Yep. I'm with you. I'm with you, Rich. I think that's the right move. It doesn't meet your new criteria anyways. Stick to buying the hard to find vintages and, save up for like making a big splash this year. Save that money and put it towards buying something that no one else on earth has. Or hardly anyone on earth has. I think reviewers have a harder time using up their collection because they're constantly trying new things for content. Exactly. You're right. You know what? That's 100% spot on, Jad. 100%. That is something that I have been struggling with this last year. And that's one of the reasons why I never wanted to start a channel. Actually, I had to be pushed to start a channel because I kind of viewed perfume as like a ritual for me. And I still do view it as a ritual. Like if I don't get to spray my fragrance, something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like I feel like something's wrong. Like, like if you're a smoker, which I'm not, but I have smoked in the past and I'm glad I quit because now I can, run and walk upstairs without being like, but if you're a smoker and you haven't had a cigarette for a while, you get that feeling. That's how I feel about spraying perfume now. Like I have to go through my ritual. It's a ritual that makes the day complete for me. And I have exactly where I usually go, either here, top of my hands, the ritual must be completed for the day to go on. Right. So it's turned into something where it is hard to wear my favorites, like I was mentioning earlier. And that's one of the reasons I never wanted to start the channel. So there's a downside to it, but there's also a good side of it. And the good side is I've explored and uncovered and smelled hundreds, maybe verging on close to 1,000 new fragrances that I never would have got to try if not for the kindness of the community and stuff like that. People send me things to smell and, so I'm very blessed in that. So it goes both ways, but I'm with you, Jad. There's a lot of truth to what you're saying there. Nobile 1942 Anti-Malacchio, right? Never heard of it, Daniela. Actually, I've never smelled a Nobile 1942. I hear they have an amazing patchouli, but I've never smelled it. My 3-month-old Antaeus is getting dangerously low. But to be fair, it's a modern version and you have to spray a lot. 3 months old. Man, I love my vintage Antaeus. Is Brackemann a Fougere? It's 100% a Fougere. Actually, one of the best modern Fougeres I've ever smelled. But you have to like clove, Enrique. You have to love clove. It's a clove bomb in the opening, but it settles down to one of the best modern Fougeres I've ever smelled. They say Sean John Unforgivable smells like cocaine. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it smelled like Millesime Imperial, manly scents. I definitely feel that. I feel like I have to scratch an itch with specific scents. Like the other day, I really wanted to wear a GIT, so I did. But once I did, I was satisfied and moved on to something else. Yeah, and I also usually wear stuff like that seasonally. So like Green Irish Tweed for me falls in spring and summer. I'll never wear it in winter, ever. If I get the hankering to spray it, I'll spray it on before bed. Like I won't make it my scent of the day. I plan to pass my collection to my nephews if I don't have children of my own. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I'm going to give my collection to Rich Mitch if I die. So he can go from 300 bottles to 1,000. I think he had to change manufacturers and force some reforms. Aaron Terrence Hughes. Yeah. Hola, Germs. Welcome. Fumari Turk. Man, you guys are rocking some serious juice this Friday. 70 people in the chat on a random Friday stream. Unbelievable. I never say this, but please do like the stream. Licking the stream definitely helps get the word out. And obviously people are enjoying these, or 70 people wouldn't be here on a, I didn't even announce it. I do almost zero planning, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed. I just click play and hang out with you guys. So, so yes, Tempor. I'm glad to see you wearing perfume again, Anuj. I know for the longest time you said you didn't wear any. So I'm glad to see you wearing fragrance. You have a very unique point of view because of your shop. And for the new people here, if you ever hear me refer to Anuj, there he is. I think it used to show up as Enchante or something on Instagram. I think it's like Pretty Bottles AP or something like that. But if you ever hear me refer to Anuj, he procured most of this, actually. Not the niche stuff, but a lot of the vintage stuff that you see. Like that's from his warehouse. That's from his warehouse. I can't get it. Where? There you go. That's from his warehouse. So yes, if you're new and you're looking for vintage scents, hit up the great Anuj. EnchantePerfumes.com. You just got Azure. You just, like, literally the vintage. You just got it. You know that's one of my favorite leather sheepers of all time. You're rocking. I told you it's so good. Everyone that I've told about that, I sent Rich Mitch a sample, and he said the same thing. It's amazing. It's so hard to find to make sure you're getting a proper vintage, because I think Azure went from the USA to Britain, back to the USA, back to Britain, or it was like something crazy like that with their manufacturing. So it's so hard to nail down exactly which version you're getting. Opus 11 smells like gasoline, probably because of the marjoram. Only on the cap it looks like. Only on the cap it looks like the Gucci. There is a little bit of that gasoline smell. Laden, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you here either. I like seeing these new faces. I like that our little town is growing. I believe Exotic Sense is the name you were fumbling for. Here's his channel. No, not Exotic Sense. I know Exotic Sense. At least I don't think it was Exotic Sense. Exotic Sense is the one that sat down with Russian Adam, right? No, that's not him. I was thinking of a different channel. It was a white guy. It was a guy in I think it was maybe Jonathan that told me about his channel. If I think of it, actually, you know what? I don't know why I'm fumbling with it. My phone's right here. I'm not using my phone for this anymore. So let's take a look. How about I just tell you instead of fumbling around like a All right, here we go. Subscriptions. His name is I'm subscribed to too many channels. I thought it was a channel very close to the top. Let's see. What is his name? His name was Now I'm committed. Now I have to find the damn thing. I've got my head buried in my phone. I have to find it. I must find his name. What is his name? Therapeutic Fragrances. That was his name. Or that was the name of his channel. Therapeutic Fragrance. Yeah, Therapeutic Fragrance. He was really cool. I wish he would have continued to upload. You could tell he was honest. You could tell that he spoke his mind. And, you know, you could tell that he wasn't a shill for the brands. All of the things that I put such an emphasis on when I started the channel. But I also do love exotic scents, Magnum. But yeah, check out Therapeutic Fragrance. It's old stuff. You know, I think he was uploading in like 17 and 18 and stuff like that, but it's good. On my second Chanel Pour Monsieur, second Rien, third Geranium Pour Monsieur, and I've lost count of how many Antaises. But I am an old bugger, so I've been doing this for a while. That's right. I'm on a second version of a couple. I'm on my second Green Irish Tweed. I'm on my third Aventus. I've finished a bunch of the Creeds because that's where I started. You know what I mean? I'm on my second Himalaya. I actually finished 2 bottles of Silver Mountain water. I don't own that anymore. Well, I do, but the one that I have is turned. I don't think it's really proper. And what else have I purchased another bottle of after finishing it? You know, Oud Wood is my wife's going to want me to purchase another bottle of this. I'll tell you that 100%, because this is one of her favorites, but I want a vintage. I want one with the gold writing on the bottom. Will I find one? I don't know. I bet you they're hard to find, but I'll keep my eyes peeled. Thoughts on Gentle Fluidity Silver? Never smelled it, but I hate the name. Yes, Duck up in the house. What designer you will buy, Jean Paul Le Parfum or Givenchy? I've never smelled the Givenchy. For me, when I think of Givenchy, this is what comes to mind. The proper Givenchy Gentleman from 1974. Not this modern Givenchy Reserve Private, you know, Boisé, the Iris version they copied Dior Homme. That's not Gentleman. This is Givenchy Gentleman. Castoreum and enough patchouli to knock your socks off. Oh, God, this is so good. Oh, man, you guys are going to make me wear this tomorrow. I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. I have to go on a work meeting next week. What should I wear? Give me some tips, because I was thinking about wearing a vintage masculine. Last time I went, I wore a Roja. And this time I'm thinking about going a different direction. Thinking about just walking in there smelling like Givenchy Gentleman from 1974. Just hair just billowing out of the top of my shirt. I think I am the only one that likes Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Oriental Musk. Never smelled it. Might just go back to the mall and try to buy one for $400. I've never tried it, but my impression of that Dolce & Gabbana private line is that it's a lot like you know, the private line of somebody like, you know, the new I don't know, it's kind of like the private line of YSL or something like that, you know, like I don't think very highly of it. That doesn't mean they can't have a one-off hit here or there. When you do hit 70 and 80 years, don't wear vintage Taboo. You'll smell like a grandpa. Oh, hello, JJ. Have you sniffed Jean-Louis Cher EDT? Yes, I have it. It's very, very good. But I think I prefer Cher 2. I think I prefer this right here, Cher 2. This has a little bit more like civet. Oh, God. This is really good. And you know what? I got this for $20. I don't even think I paid $20 for this. I think it was like 20. I think it was like 18 bucks or something. And this is the vintage. This is the Parfums International version. It's great. Actually, I got it from the same person I'm doing this haul from. She's a very nice lady. Speaking of haul, let's open another box, shall we? I'm going to read some comments while I unbox this bad boy. What do the real YouTubers say? I'm not a real YouTuber, so what do they say? Smash that like button. If you like this content, smash the like button. I hate that stuff. I hate being told to like, I hate it when the very first thing out of somebody's mouth, like you haven't even started the video yet, and they're like, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm like, screw you, you know? If I like your content, I think I know that I'm supposed to like and subscribe. I don't need you to tell me. You know what I mean? Ah, another little mini she made me. She's too kind. And actually, this is another one that I don't have. It's like she knows my collection. This is a 9 miller. This is a 9 mil of Joe Malone's Myrrh and Tonka Cologne Intense. Do you guys know this one? I mean, by now, by the time you guys leave the comment, I'll get to it in 2 hours at this rate. But yes, do you guys know Myrrh Intense? It smells good from the atomizer. So she's really coming through, man. Oh, you know, the vintage folks, people like JJ are gonna shit at this one. So this is also something I've been, sorry, I'm sure that's loud with the new mic, but this is also something I've been watching for a long time. And I decided, you know what? It's a vintage. I just, I can't say no at this price. Like I paid $100 for this. And so $105 shipped. I just couldn't say no. Like it was too good to be true, because this has been on my watch list for so long. And even though this may not be, you know, my kind of fragrance to wear, like I'd rather wear the Givenchy Gentlemen's and the Anteuses and the Bel Amis and the Gucci Guilty Absolutes, even though I'd rather wear some of that for strictly historical purposes and for the love and the art of perfume, I had to have this. At $100, I couldn't say no. Like it had to be in the collection because it's such an integral part. I was actually listening to Frederick Maul talk about some inspiration on Synthetic Jungle, which I have a little sample somewhere. I plan on doing a Synthetic Jungle early impression very soon, before my couple drops are all gone. I literally just have a couple drops here, but this is called Estee Lauder's Private Collection. And so this is Estee Lauder's Private Collection Pure Fragrance Spray. Are you guys familiar with this? So this is Private Collection Pure Fragrance Spray, which is discontinued. If you look on the back, it's got the short ingredient list. And the bottle seems to be well, you know, well taken care of. She obviously used it. But, I mean, there's some smudges on it, but other than that, for $100, I mean, and what a historical art piece this is for me. And I hear the new ones have kind of been, I don't want to say it, because all these other guys are like, oh my God, he's going to say it's a shadow of its former self. So I don't want to say that, but I hear it's a shadow of its former self. And so I wanted the vintage, so that's what I got. And so do you guys know this Private Collection? Oh, it smells divine. I mean, so far between Weil de Nuit Extrait, Private Collection, and the one that's coming up, I would say this is a damn successful haul. Damn successful. So this is a 50 mil. Nice. See, this one's made in the UK. Speaking of, you know, different places that Estee Lauder made her perfume in. This one's made in the UK. Forgot Egoist, bottle number 3. Yes, I actually have 3 bottles of Egoist, but I've never used them all yet. If few days ago, I paid Ted Lapidus pour Homme Modern, Vintage Equipage, Opium for Women, Secret de Parfum. Ah, that's a beautiful one. Antaeus Silver Sprayer. Is that your first Antaeus Silver Sprayer? I just want to give you a hug right now. I feel like you're entering the club. Ted Lapidus pour Homme is stunning. From 78, the one from 78, not the Lapidus pour Homme, right? It's good stuff. Montrese finally pushed out a fragrance. Who is Montrese? Best hot weather fragrances in your opinion? Like the best house, you mean? I think Creed probably does great in warm weather. But I prefer to wear fougères in warm weather personally. So like I like to wear stuff like this. Gucci Nobile, which also lived in Anuja's warehouse for a time before showing up at the Ram household. I love to wear fougères. I love to wear fresh tobacco fragrances like Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme from 1994, the one with the little sticker on the front that always comes off. I love to wear stuff like that in the heat. And I mean, really, honestly, I've come to the point where I'll wear anything at any time. Like, I don't care. You know, if I want to wear Epic Man and it's 100 degrees, I'll do it. Like I'm done with seasons, but in my mind, I still categorize Epic Man as a colder weather scent. So I'll wear my, so here's kind of the way it works. They don't go both ways. So I'll wear my cold weather scents. Like I'll wear Tuscan leather in the heat. Okay. I'll wear Bellamy in the heat. I'll wear Interlude Man in the heat if I want to, but I won't wear Green Irish Tweed in the cold. Or I won't wear, you know, something like Acqua de Parma Colonia Intensa in the cold. Like these are warm weather scents for me. The warm weather scents stay in the warm weather. The cold weather scents, which I prefer, I wear anytime, any place, any, you know, I don't really box them in like I do with the cold, like I do with the warm weather scents. So that's my take. But welcome, Raf. Good to see you in the channel. I don't think I've seen you before either. I love the scent profile of Rose de Mai. Yes, I do too, JJ. Rose de Mai is beautiful. It's such a confusing frag to me, Montre. I'll be looking forward to your first impression. Oh, Montre. Yes, of course. Of course, of course. Hello, Interference. Happy Friday, my friend. Les Sièges Blanc has an overdose of IBQ that even a fiend like me finds difficult to bear. Ooh, that means I'll probably love it because I love IBQ. Yo, Nikki. I like to see this oud. It reminds me of a well-done Bortnikoff. Yes. And I like the animalics in it, and I like the florals in it. Like, I like the rose that she used. Love Bombay Bling. Okay, so we have some fans. Shows how far behind I am in the comments. But that's the great thing about being this far behind in the comments, is it's like you're coming back around to a new topic. Even though I've already talked about it, it's like we're making a full circle, you know? The clock comes back around and is right again. Even a broken clock is right once. Or twice in a day. Oh, Bombay Bling does sound amazing. I need to give a shout out to her for sending these to me. She's very kind. She's a very kind lady. Hello, Nick. Hello, everyone. Hello. More yos. Good day, Nikki. Hi, JJ. This one is a tropical amber. It's pleasant. Kind of reminds me of beige at moments. Are you talking about this Bombay Bling? And finally, we get to Dushan's kindness. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. My pocketbook thanks you, because I have spent a lot on new cameras and new mics and all this stuff lately. But honestly, I'm loving the feedback. I love the feedback you guys are giving me. Like you're enjoying the microphone. It's helping the channel, stuff like that. So I promise if you donate to Channel Ram, if you donate to Channel Ram, money will be used on stuff like this. Which, by the way, I want to read the note listing of Private Collection to you guys. Private Collection. I think it's so named because it was in Estee Lauder's Private Collection at first, and then she ended up releasing it to the public. I think it's what she wore, if memory serves, if I remember the story. Here's an old advertisement. All you need is one beautiful drop to know why Estee Lauder was keeping Private Collection perfume for herself. Honeysuckle, jasmine, citrus notes, coriander, orange blossom, ylang ylang, patchouli, and sandalwood. Vincent Marcello is the perfumer. Beautiful. It is still available for purchase, but not in the pure fragrance spray, which is what my the reason that I ended up pulling the trigger on this, like I talked myself into it, is the pure fragrance spray is what the bottom of my Azure bottle says. And you guys know Azure is one of my favorite leather sheepers of all time, right? And so when I saw private label in the vintage pure fragrance spray from a seller I trust, I couldn't pass it up for $100. Is your old style L'Artisan cap feeble as fuck? Cannot pick my Timbuktu up by the cap. No, it actually is. It clicks into place. Yeah, it clicks into place. I love this stuff, by the way. Speaking of underrated fragrances, I know I just picked this one up because we were talking about Bertrand Duchaufour's work with lychee, and the lychee note here is one of the best I've ever smelled, along with the lychee in the moon. And I'm curious if the lychee note in Bombay Bliss is going to give it a run for its money. Blonde Woods equals marketing. Yes, that's right. Welcome, Perfumeros. Rachel, good to see you. Rachel's going to come through in the clutch on something. I don't know if I want to announce it yet, but I'm actually going to wait until her package arrives before I start telling you guys what the plan is. I'm telling you, man, I wish you could smell. I wish I had smell-o-vision and you could smell this just this little bit around the atomizer that obviously some couple droplets of Weil de Nuit Extrait have fallen on over the years. Oh my God. Oh, it's heaven, heavenly. And between the Oris at 80% Irones that I pulled out yesterday for my Latessa review, which Latessa was a great frag. I just wish it lasted more than 3 or 4 hours. I wish the woods were turned up more in the base. But God, this was almost the highlight of yesterday. Getting to smell this again. This Oris with 80% Irones is absolutely insane. I have one offering from Nila Vermeil, Trey. It's quite beautiful. Nice. I think Trey E is on my to sniff list. It's a cannabis fragrance brand. There's cannabis. It's cannabis, blackcurrant, basil, elemi, ginger, cinnamon, clove, jasmine, sambac, cardamom, saffron, sandalwood, Egyptian jasmine, amber, oak moss, Haitian vetiver, Java vetiver, myrrh, Mysore sandalwood, oud, patchouli, vanilla, frankincense, cedar. Quite the note listing. Quite the note listing indeed. Yeah, it's definitely more than galbanum, JJ, for sure. That galbanum connection between Weil de Nuit and Miss Dior is what made me end up pulling the trigger on the Extrait, which I'm so glad I did. I still haven't Bombay Bling, but I will buy it. Okay, so Bombay Bling, it's on your Bertrand Duchaufour list now, eh? Love Trey. Nice. It's, you know, Nila Vermeil is actually a brand that is, I think, pretty underrated. Bombay Bling is awesome too. Trey was the one from the house I most appreciate. Okay, so I need to try Trey. Got to drop off. I can tell the Baron will be waking me up. Will be waking me up soon, so I want a nap before that happens. Nice. Good night, Steven. I'll say it again. The texture of Miss Yours, the texture is amazing, especially that first hour when it feels like that oak moss, galbanum, tobacco vibe. I mean, in the vintage, it's so textured, so strong, so 100% unisex. I think actually my bottle of Miss Dior, Anuj will have to tell you specifics on when this was. My guess is it's probably somewhere in the 80s, late 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't know. But Anuj, if you're watching and you know, do let them know. I think he might even have some more bottles. But I think this is masculine. I honestly think this is masculine. The first hour of this smells more masculine than most masculine perfumes nowadays. Many of the misses and madams and femmes from the past are unisex now, or even more masculine than you know, the modern stuff they're putting out for men. They just fill all of the modern stuff with sweetness. Yes, vintage Extrait, indeed. Yes, bravo, Ramsey. I'm happy with myself. I feel I've had a great accomplishment. I deserve a triumph. Thank you. Well, it's because the window's open. So during the day, while the sun is outside and this window lets light in, it's perfect. It's at night when I'm having the trouble. So, okay, so the mic's perfect. So I pushed the mic off to the side because someone mentioned in my last video, whenever I went back and grabbed something, that it actually sounded better when I was back here rather than when the mic was right in front of me. So I pushed it off to the side, which has done two things. It's allowed me to kind of free up this area in front of me, and it's pushed it away, which you guys say it sounds better. So win-win. Thank you, Anuj, though. Thank you. It is, oh man, it smells so good from the atomizer. Can't wait to do a comparison between the EDT for you guys. Oh yeah, you guys didn't know that this was a slide. Yes, that's right. It's my perfume barn. I know, Gabriel. It's not, I get it. I'm working on it as best as I can. I don't know what a Lavalier is, but if you have a friend in Texas that I can pay their services that'll come set this up, do let me know. I'm a little bit technologically challenged. Got a modern Val de Nuit Parfum, and it's stunning. I bet. I think Guerlain keeps the Extraits in really good condition. I've still yet to smell the Extrait of Mitsuko, and Chypres are my favorite. So I'm holding that back. Hey, you're welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, though, is the thing. Let's see. Settings, camera. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, man. I'm not technologically I am technologically challenged. I'm not technologically sound. Sultan Vetiver dry down upsets me greatly. I love it, man. There's something about, I'm so glad I don't share we share a lot. I mean, coming from my brother from another mother, we share a lot of, our nose picks up things the same way. Amber Woods is like the one area where we diverge. And luckily, I don't have the same affliction that Rich Mitch has, because that would suck to, you know, have an ingredient like that that's used so often in the last 20 years where it's almost like you're allergic to it now, like you can't wear it, you know? So I'm lucky. I mean, I could turn down, I could put it like that for now. But yeah, the once the sun goes down, you'll notice it it's going to get dark in here pretty quick is the problem. I'm wearing Dana Taboo. Ah, what do you make of it? Also, can you tell us what you make of these what you made of these of those Aries Ladores? Jurassic Rose, King Anouge, Lord Dushan. You guys are all getting nicknames this stream. Ah, Route de Vetiver. Yes. Route de Vetiver has this minty spirit, like this, you know, when you first put like a peppermint in your mouth and it like that minty feel goes into your nostrils and it almost like clears your sinuses. That's what the opening of Route de Vetiver feels like, but there's no mint, no spearmint note. It's like this rooty, earthy vetiver that's so like compact that it smells minty to me in the opening. It's very strange. It's very, very strange. I like it, but I'm not sure that I really understand it yet. And, you know, I only have a little, speaking of bottles that have been used, but this also came from the duck's house. This lived in the duck den before it came to the ram shed. And that opening is so green and minty, man. And it's not like a winter mint. It's not like a modern, like winter green lifesaver. It's like a old school harsh peppermint, you know, like the kind of peppermint mouthwash that your grandfather would have used or something like that, you know? But thank you to Rich Mitch for this, by the way. He gets a special shout out. Rich gets the special shout out as usual. My brother across the pond. It's dirty and dark. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Maître Parfumé Gantier has some fragrances I'd love to try. Diamant is a vetiver at heart. Maybe my favorite vetiver along with Guerlain vetiver. Interesting. It's an interesting you say that. You know what else I think is a vetiver at heart that no one ever really calls a vetiver? It's this. Beloved Man. Speaking of amouages that use vetiver, have you ever smelled Beloved Man, Yura? Oh, this is so good. Now, someone asked me, what fragrances do you like to wear in the heat? This is one. Look at the dent I put in this. You know, this is a summer scent for me. I'll wear this in summer. It does have that elemi. So it's got this, you know, it's got the link to amouage, but the grapefruit in the opening is so refreshing. There's just something so posh about this. This is so like posh and elegant, and it smells expensive while also smelling exotic, while also smelling very wearable and likable. And so one of my favorite like summer amouage is Beloved Man. Whoops. There you go. Beloved Man. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I'd highly recommend you try Beloved Man, Yura, if you never have. But I do love Dia. I love Dia as well. Of course. I love the dark side of vetiver as well, Nikki. Encre Noir, I think, is one of the best value for monies. Thank you, Daniela. I'm glad you're here with us. It is the best peony fragrance. Agreed, 100%. 100%, Dushan. We are in agreement. Dia, man, oh God, the peony, man. You know, peony is a very interesting flower because it has one of the most beautiful smells you'll ever smell, but it's a very soft flower. Like a peony could be right here. You wouldn't smell it. You have to dig your nose into the flower to get it. And One of the reasons that I think Diamant catches a bad rep is because people think it doesn't perform. It does. It performs. Trust me. That you spray this on, you'll smell it 8 hours later. The problem is it doesn't project. It's not a screamer like Interlude or, you know, Jubilation or some of these other big Amouage, old fragrances that Amouage used to put out. Goldman, you know, those things go on forever, right? And so this one got a bad rep. But as far as elegant, you want to wear like an Amouage. This is also one I prefer to wear in the heat because it helps with that, you know, lack of projection. So I wear this in the heat. Diamant in the heat. Oh my God, man. You talk about, you know, it's like smelling a candle. It's like smelling the warmth of a flame, like light, you know. It's got this quiet, reserved, you know, elegance about it. You know how old money doesn't have to shout, right? You know, new money goes and buys all the Ferraris and Lamborghinis and look at me and this, that, or whatever, while the old money kind of sits back, right? Because old money doesn't have to scream, right? That's what Diamant is to me. And again, another fragrance bottle that I put a hell of a dent in. You can tell I kind of started my collections with the Creeds and the Amouages because I put some serious dents in those. Hey, Ajay, welcome. It is so dark, yeah. Rich has always had a wrench. I think he's the only one that's had a wrench. Mostly because I gave it to him and then I forgot how I did it. And so because of that, I'll have to work on giving someone else a wrench. Love and own Santal Noble. No, Santal Noble. Santal Noble. Let me look this up. Oh, Maitre Parfum Elegante. I'm not familiar with that one. But I will put it on the to sniff list. That's one that I'm not familiar with. Eau de Hermes, what do you think? Best witches from Barcelona. Well, I think it's the best Edmund Rudnitska fragrance of all time. I think it's one of the most influential fragrances of all time. I think it influenced, you know, so many fragrances as the decades went on. And then, of course, you know, you can go back and study that connection between Jean-Claude Ellena and Edmund Rudnitska. And Jean-Claude Ellena, you know, basically wrote like a love letter to Eau de Hermes with Cartier. And it's beautiful. You know, it's it molded and shaped the course of so many perfumes in the future. And of course, whenever Hermes realized that this perfumer Jean-Claude Ellena made basically an Hermes fragrance for their mortal enemy Cartier, they lost their minds and of course hired him as their in-house perfumer. And then of course we got Terre de Hermes, which my 500 ml bottle with the sprayer is under lock and key, by the way. That's one of the coolest things I've bought in the last year. I know you mean I have 50 bottles, but want more, love the hobby wholeheartedly. Yep, exactly. Didn't get notification of the live stream. I'm glad you're here, Ajay. Dushan, you may like Unum Symphony, Passion, Peony with Vetiver and Oak Moss. Nice. What other peony fragrances can you guys think of? Bois de Turk is so overlooked. Never heard of it, JJ. Off to bed. Good night, Scott. Beautiful scent of the night. Rocco Barocco Pour Homme is such an underrated fragrance. I love that stuff. That from the late 80s and then Joint Pour Homme from the early 90s are just like, for me, they're just drool-inducing. They're such great fragrances. Receive my vintage ODL Pour Louis. Man, I love this fragrance, but the spray takes on more mellow nature than the vintage splash I have. Interesting, Tim. Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to score this the original version. I'm going to do a comparison video between my, I think I got this from Manouche, my Parfums Sanofi Beauty versus the very original Oscar de la Renta version. They're both splash. The guy actually listed this as a spray, but it wasn't. It was a splash. Oh, man. I do love this stuff. I just love the 80s, though, to be honest with you. There are very few 80s fragrances that I don't love. Amber Cologne. There's one I love wearing in the heat. Someone asked earlier, which fragrances do you love wearing in the heat? Amber Cologne. Amber Cologne is amazing in the heat. It's like the best ambergris fragrance you'll ever smell. Uno momento. Don't ask me why turning on that light doesn't do anything, but I always try to do it once the sun starts to go down. Krizia Pour Homme. Beautiful. Do you prefer, let me ask you this, perfume Eros. Do you prefer, oh, you said Krizia Pour Homme. I thought you said Krizia Uomo. I don't think I've smelled Krizia Pour Homme. I have to look this up. Krizia Pour Homme. From 2013. I've never smelled that. It's discontinued. You might have just sold a Krizia fragrance, Perfume Eros. All right, it's on the wish list. I love the House of Krizia. And I like this fragrance. I do. I like it. I don't love it, though. There's a there's a fragrance that I've discovered the vintage version of, which I really prefer over the modern version. So this is the one fragrance I've discovered where Jacques Bogart fell short. You know how I'm always like, how in the world does Jacques Bogart make this Furio bottle still smell so vintage even in its modern form? How do they make a $16 bottle of Jacques Bogart signature from 1975 or whatever it was smell so vintage? And how do they keep the price so low? Here's one where they failed. In my opinion, the modern version of this is not worth it. It's completely different. It's lost all of the growl, that animalic leather in the base that mixes with the greenness is gone. But the vintage has all of that. And it's Jacques Bogart one-man show. And so I've come to really prefer the vintage. If you can find these bottles that say 85 proof on the bottom, that's what you want. Because the modern that doesn't say the modern, I mean, you can kind of see the difference in juice color, which sometimes doesn't mean anything. But in this case, the vintage, I can see why people rave about it, and I actually prefer it to Krizia Uomo. I prefer one-man show. It's more my speed. This modern, I'll probably just sell it. Honestly, even though I won't get anything for it, I'll probably just sell it because it's so bad. It's completely neutered. It's like a eunuch version of one-man show. Like if one-man show was caught cheating with the emperor's wife and the emperor made him a eunuch, that would be modern one-man show. Completely just, you know, it's sacrilege what they did to that fragrance. They should have just discontinued it. Like if they can't keep it as it is, I understand things change, but just discontinue it. You know, don't do that to it. I guess it helps I live in warm weather year round. Unfortunately, part of that is not owning many cool weather frags, which I'd like to venture. Just wear what you love, man. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll wear this during the heat. Honestly, I'll wear anything during the heat. It's the other way around. I don't like wearing the citrus heavy frags in the cold. But yeah, actually what you'll find is the fragrances tend to come alive more in the heat. Like for example, there's an example of that popped up whenever I did my interview with Liz Moores. And I usually only wore Anubis in the cold, okay? And whenever I did my interview with her in 2022, it was, you know, I forget which month it was, but it was hot. It was like May, June, July, something like that. And so I wore it because I wanted to reacquaint myself with the fragrance, even though it was hot. And it just came alive in the heat. You know, I noticed things I didn't notice before. The Egyptian jasmine just popped on my skin. Everything was beautiful. And I asked her, I said, hey, I wore Anubis and I usually wear it in the cold and it really seemed to come alive. And she was like, oh my God, I love to wear Anubis in the heat because it seems to really come alive in the heat. And I was like, man, you're right. I can feel it in the wear. It's different. And I love it. So Rich Mitch will receive Max Forte's collection. He'll just sell everything off, which is probably what Max Forte does. I mean, could you imagine getting the newest flanker of CK1 Summer for 10 years running? Please lick the stream. Alfari's Song of 1,000 Sorrows is a lovely peony. I've never even heard of that, Bren. You guys are going deep into the Rolodex today. You just gave Rich Mitch a motive to assassinate. No, our blood bond is too strong for that. Besides, Rich and I have more perfume than we'll ever use. So yes. And if there's anything Rich Mitch wants, honestly, all he has to do is ask. I'll give it to him. Alpha is a house I wanted to explore. I've heard their osmanthus is spectacular. Never heard of it. There you go. That's a pretty bad burn, but damn it, it's true. Everybody should shop at. Glad to catch you too, Ringo. I like seeing you guys here, man. You guys are making these streams very, very enjoyable. That's right. We all need like a special power, like Power One, Unite. January 24th, Dessandra's comes out. I'm wearing that. I've got that slated for January 24th, the release date. I'm going to wear Dessandra's again as my scent of the day. There it is, enchanteperfumes.com. Thank you, Filippo. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. You guys are such a giving community. Something I never expected. That is one of the things that has shocked me. Somebody earlier said that they don't have to worry about testing all these new stuff because they don't have a channel. They can just enjoy what they love. And there is some truth to that, simplicity. On the other side of the coin, one thing that has really surprised me, if you will, one thing I was not expecting is the kindness of the community. So many people have sent me so many amazing things just out of generosity. They don't want to be named. You know, they're not trying to get cred. They have no other motive than they just want to share the fragrances that they love. And that's a beautiful thing. And so like a couple of days ago, whenever I went to the post office, Shiva, who you guys know very well, had mentioned that there were some amouages he's never smelled. And I was like, well, let me build you a little set. So I like to return the favor as well. So I sent him out about 10 samples, probably 2 or 3 mils, nothing crazy, but enough for him to get to know the fragrance and know whether he wants to buy them. But, you know, you can't just take, you also have to give as well. But the amount of giving that came from the community really surprised me. I was a little bit humbled and honored. But even when I had almost no fragrances or no fragrance subscribers, I should say, to this channel, you know, I had something like 20 or 50 subscribers the first couple weeks, first month, maybe 100, you know, something like that. And I remember somebody reaching out and I remember them saying, hey, I want to send you something. And I was like, why? Why do you want to send me something? I'm a nobody. And they're like, man, I'm really enjoying your videos. I just want to, you know, my gift and enjoyment is I get to watch you do a video. And I was like, wow, that's really one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. So yes, thank you to the community, to our little fragrance family. Hello, FCM. Welcome. La du Desert Marocain this night, but not sure I like it. How could you? How could you say such a thing? So, have you ever compared have you ever compared La du Désert Marocain to its older brother, Accord du Désert? This is a Extrait de Parfum. And you know what, though, Ringo? Le du Désert Marocain is an amazing spicy amber fragrance, but I think what makes it so special is the Tower Odd, that ambergris creation that he made. And the more you wear it, the more you'll appreciate it. If you try others from his house, like try this, you might prefer this. It's a little bit more intense of a wear. It's the Extrait. It's a little bit more intense, and I think the labdanum is a little bit more turned up to my nose. And you know, but as far as spicy ambers go, I really like LDDM, but I prefer Ombre Sultan, as you guys know. Bought vintage Bijan Man yesterday. Congratulations, Tim. Well done, my friend. That's one that I did that comparison video on, and it completely continues to, people comment on it to this day pretty regularly. Anuj has these older bottles. I think I still have I think I still have the box right here, actually. Yes, I do. So the older bottles that Anuj have, you can see here, it's not the true vintage, because the original vintage was not an eau de toilette like this one is. So it's actually, the true vintage was a eau de cologne, if you can believe that. It was an eau de cologne from 1981. So I'd probably place this bottle somewhere in the 90s or, you know, early to mid 2000s. But honestly, I don't know. Probably closer to mid 2000s is my guess, because the ingredient list is a little bit longer. SD alcohol, 40B, fragrance water, benzo, phenone 2, FD&C yellow number 6, FD&C blue number 1. So when they have to list some of those extra little things, instead of just saying alcohol, perfume, deal with it, that probably means it's a little bit later. But this is distributed by Bijan Fragrances Inc., not 5-Star Fragrances. So if you're into trying to find an older bottle of Bijan Man, check with Anuj. Check with our boy. I bet you he's got it. And the older box actually opens up really cool. I showed it on the video, but it opens up like this. Whereas the newer box, I don't think it works this way. But yes, definitely one to check out. Definitely one to check out if you like the kind of stuff that we like. Quite a few JJ, but they cut their bottle size from 30 to 10. Wow. Brutal. It is a love, Rachel. I'm glad you love it. The modern is very good too. I'm actually a fan of the modern as well. Yes, I feel the same way, Dushan. Give it some time. I think you'll come around that Le du Désert is one of the best amber fragrances. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's one of the best. And it's very enjoyable. And I really think you can see Andy Tower's genius in this. But I must admit, it's not my favorite tower. That top spot is reserved for Lone Star Memories, number 3. Lone Star Memories is my favorite. AC from Smells Good says that this smells like smelling a giant portrait, like you're at an art exhibit and you're looking at the biggest fragrance, or the biggest picture, you know, in the place, and you just see how vast it is. And God, this is so good. You know, if you want a fragrance that tells a story, if you want a fragrance that that, you know, takes you through a journey, it's not just, you spray it on. It's the same when you spray as when it dries. You want something that transitions and changes. My God, man. Lone Star Memories is that fragrance for me. I love the stuff. I think it's his best work. Ram, you are so behind in the comments. I'm wondering if you were reading them from the last stream. Well, that's what I said. If you kind of just wait, you know, you'll come back around and then we'll get to the same topic again, but it'll be later on. So it'll be like revisiting the topic, you know? All right, let me catch up. Hello, Antonio. Don't work too hard, brother. Hell, get to this comment in an hour. That's the time. That's the time. That's the time. Put me on an hour shot clock. I got ASQ 50% off coupon from their USA site and thought of you right away. These discounts are a legit deal. In Saudi and Dubai, they are MSRP. Wow. Do you like that scent, FCM? Are you a fan? Because I'm really enjoying this. It's totally everything that I kind of don't like in a oud fragrance nowadays. It's fruity, it's wearable, but God, there is something about that mangoey, you know, fruity, ambery, you know, oud thing. It doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled either. Safari Extreme. I need to wear this soon. Yeah, it's like this mango, floral, ambery oud thing that you wouldn't think I would like because there's a little bit of sweetness. It's very wearable, but I really enjoy it. Hi, Ringo. Should we just start messing with him? Yes, that's right. Just put something down there, go make a sandwich, come back. I'll still have not read it. All right, let me catch up. Yes, London or Ramstown, you guys pick. On the way to work. All right, well, don't work too hard, man. On Salade, never smelled it. That's the Quinton Biche mode, right? My camera lost me for a second there. Yes, Onslaught is a big hitter indeed. Exotic scent should come back. Someone told me that I guess he got bullied or whatever and said, "Screw you guys, I'm leaving." Yes, Brandon, there it is. That's the therapeutic fragrance guy. Brandon was top notch indeed. Vintage Town. Therapeutic retired out of nowhere, was following his live stream with Faransi then. Nothing. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, he was really good. Ah, you are wearing Gucci Guilty Absolute. Congrats. That's a beautiful fragrance, man. I'm a huge fan. Well, I want to catch up on some of the comments before I do the final unboxing because this one's pretty good as well. It's a discontinued rare fragrance that no one talks about, and I think I'm going to love it, but it's a blind buy. You just sold a first formula Antaeus, and you didn't tell me, Tim. I miss therapeutic fragrances. He rated the perfumes on. That's exactly what I would do. If I rated fragrances, that's what I would do. Because 1 to 5 isn't enough. 1 to 10 isn't even enough. 1 to 100 allows you more wiggle room to give something a 94 or an 87. Or you know what I mean? Like you can really get a little bit more granular in the ratings. There you go. Okay. So, now where did I put it is the question. Where did I put it? Penombre. Aha. Okay, so here's Mr. Oz's most recent release. It's called Penombre. It's a limited edition oud fragrance, and it's 15 mils. It actually, if the camera would focus, it's 15 mils. Stop it, camera. That's a bad camera. 15 mils. Eau de Parfum is what it says down here. I was trying to show you guys, but Eau de Parfum. And it's $55 steel. It comes in this little box that he, does himself. He glues this little picture on the front, but who cares about the box? But the fragrance is very good. If you want like an oud that smells obviously higher level than my scent of the day, oud wood, okay? But you, let's say you don't want to go as heavy into something like Bortnikov or a Riche Ladore. Like you want a little more of a starter oud. This is perfect because it does smell slightly animalic, but slightly, like it's there. Your nose can pick it up. You can appreciate the animalic aspect of the oud, but it's kind of, I don't even want to say it's in the background because it's not really in the background. But what ends up happening is it's blended with so many other more wearable notes that it just comes across as wearable. And eventually that animalic oud just kind of melts into everything else, Very, very good. For $55. And this stuff, even though it's an EDP, it feels like an Extrait, like it lasts forever. And so there was a limited amount of this, rare oud that he came across. So that's why you're limited to, I think, 1 or 2 bottles, if memory serves. Rich is on his 3rd bottle of Le Lion. That's right. We all know how much Rich loves Le Lion. Don't go anywhere. We still have the final unboxing to do. All right, let's see. What do I do here? Aha. Now I'm really white. Man, I got to fix this light setting. I just don't know how to do that. Let's see. What if I turn this one off? It's still too, it's probably still too bright, but at least now I got the studio lighting going. How about this? Ooh, I think it looks better like that. See, maybe if I turn this down. Okay, I like it. I'm rolling with it. So. Let's catch up on these comments, and then we'll unbox the final one. What's up, Jonathan? Welcome, my friend. I've been wearing oud wood to work every day lately, as daring as I can go at work for her winter. Really? You think oud wood is daring for work? Shit, man. I wore freaking, you know what I wore to work the other day? I don't know if you caught this, but I wore the Marbert aftershave EDT combo to work. And I feel like I could smell myself on the other side of the building. It was so awesome. It might have been one of the best fragrances I've ever worn to work. And speaking of sleeper vintage scents, I'm telling you guys, if you can find one like mine that says made in West Germany at the bottom, what a little collector's item that is. But I think any version that looks like this is fine. I've never smelled the new stuff, although you have to trust your soldiers. And somebody told me that the current version of Marbert Gentleman is amazing. I don't know if that's true or not, but Gentle Fluidity Silver for the win. I've never smelled that. I hate the name. Hiya, Tripler. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Ah, Kenzo Porome. That's a good summer scent. Good shout, Tim. Very good. Good shout out on that one. Bought a mini of Givenchy Gentleman, and it is amazing. Thank you. Thank you for trusting my nose. Do you like Eau de Hermes? Love it. I think it's the best Edmund Rudnitska around. Vintage Aramis for the meeting. Yes, there you go. It has been a while since I've worn some vintage Aramis. Boss number one. Yep, you guys are on it, man. You know what I like. I'm planning to use a lot of my Angelique's Sous la Pluie. I can't say that. And the next day is to finish my second bottle. Nice. Congrats. Congrats. I feel like I should spray a little bit more of this oud wood to try to finish it. Yeah. You know? I feel like I need to work. Like if I really want to finish it as bad as I say I do, I feel like I should work at it, you know? It is very likable to the common person. Totally. 100%. 100%. Never smelled a knee, or a knee, or I don't know how to say that, JJ, but I've never smelled it. Fendi Uomo Vintage. A beauty, my friend. An absolute beauty. No, I don't think it's discontinued. To support tech and vintage frags? Oh, God. Sergu. I mean, Shalimar clearly inspired Le Lion. There's no doubt about it. Shalimar is my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite Oriental fragrance of all time. I think it's one of the greatest fragrances of all time. It's one of the greatest bottles of all time. And so I think Shalimar is probably my favorite vanilla fragrance of all time. I think that Le Lion might be my favorite, what would I say? My favorite labdanum fragrance of all time. That's a fair, I think that's a fair assessment, you know? So I got this light, and that's literally as low as it goes. That's it. Like, look at this. Makes me look like a ghost. I don't know how to change my setting either because I'm completely illiterate on such things. So that's how we'll just have to roll with it. Dushan, thank you, my friend. That's very, very kind of you. Seriously, you are one of the kindest generals in the Ram army. Eau de Hermes tends to remain behind the counter during times when they aren't readily available. Been that way since the 50s. Well, you know, originally Eau de Hermes was not meant to even be sold. It was meant to be given away for free with the handbags that Hermes sold because they saw themselves as a leather maker. You know, so they were shocked when people came back asking to buy it because the whole point was it was supposed to smell like the inside of a Birkin bag. So whenever you got your Birkin bag and you wore it around and, you know, after months go by, it doesn't smell like it had that new bag smell. You could take your Eau de Hermes and spray the inside and your Birkin bag was supposed to smell like brand new. That was the brief for Rudnitska. So why not both indeed? Rich Mitch, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Your hard-earned British pounds will go to good use here in the Ram household. I wore my 1946 Shalimar Extrait last night. Dude, that sounds amazing. And you know what else is amazing about that is I bet because it has so much like, it's so base heavy that I bet you it still smells beautiful. Boss number 1, modern version. Get out, Mike. Just get out. Get out and don't come back until you get yourself a vintage Boss number 1. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome, man. Hope you brought your cookbook to class. We need your jokes. We need the Mike V joke stream. I wonder, is there a good place to even sit? Is there a good place with this lighting? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this lighting. I don't feel like I can win right now. I feel like I'm at a loss with this lighting. I'm just going to look. It'll just make me look like a ghost. Tapped with the tip of a hat. Thank you. Thank you, Tippler. Tripler. Although you could be Tippler. Thank you. Thanks, Money Mitch and Dushan Dollars. Yes, that's right. Money Mitch. Well, hell, I mean, his name is Rich, right? All right, let's open this final inquiry here. Let's see what we get. I keep thinking that there is a way, there has to be a way. I keep thinking there has to be a way for the light. Does this actually look better with less light on than more? I feel like I'm fighting a war that I can't win right now. My technologically behind the times self just cannot catch up. All right. It's tougher to grow a following when you can only do a video once a week, but I at least say my spiel at the end of a vid. Nice. Don't know that one, but I dog her saffron cologne intense. That's the Nishane. I have a sample of that, Tripler. I'll do a video on that soon. Murren Tonka is the only one I have from the house. Nice. That makes me that's how far behind I am on the comments. We're just getting to this myrrh and saffron. But it smells great from the atomizer. All right, let's do this final unboxing. The final unboxing. Dun, dun, dun. Well, first of all, what freebie did she throw in? Because she hit 2 for 2 of fragrances I don't have. So I wonder if she's following along in the channel or just got lucky or what. Okay. So this time she went new school and gave me a Guerlain Oud Cole. How exciting. If you guys go watch my early impression of Oud Cole, you'll know why I say that. But I'll probably wear it one day. Who knows? I really didn't like it, though. So here's what I got. And this is a discontinued fragrance from Parfums Weil. And it's called... What is it called? It's called Antilope. So here you go. It's called Antilope by Parfums Weil. And Antilope is apparently, because I blind bought this, but it's apparently a spicy chypre fragrance. and it was done by Hubert Fraisse. I think it's the brother of or one of the Fraisse brothers, if I recall. And this is the Parfum de Toilette, discontinued Parfum de Toilette of Antilope, which is supposed to be a floral chypre, aldehyde, spices, citrus fruits, jasmine, rose, iris, lily of the valley, violet, cedarwood, vetiver, Russian leather, musk, and ambergris. And so for what I paid for all three of these, I mean, you couldn't get a better, value for money for what I paid for Private Collection, the Extrait of Weil de Nuit, and then finally the Antilope, which I'm sorry, the lighting is bad and you guys can't see, but it basically just says it kind of on the side. It says Parfum de Toilette, Antilope, Parfums, Weil, 30 mils, 80% or 80 proof. And so I'm excited to get to know this because this is a house that I really rate. They have a fragrance called Kipling, which I really love. And so this is, for a discontinued fragrance lover and a lover of the old perfumes, this is perfect for me. Little 30 mil, 50 mil of private label or Private Collection, sorry. 8 mils of Weil de Nuit Extrait. So it's a great little haul. I'm very happy with it. That's that haul fits me like a glove. The suspense is killing JJ. Brand new. I am on every Friday and Saturday. I like the modern version of Boss Number One. I still feel like an old man wearing it, just not as an old man who pissed himself. But you want the piss. You want to be the old man that pissed yourself. Mike, come on, man. What kind of old man doesn't piss himself? That's the whole point of being an old man. It's like going back to being a baby. You can now piss yourself again. Show the damn bottle. There you go. Now you guys have to, now I got to catch up on it. Love Private Collection. The color indeed. Yeah, I can't wait to get to know these. See, this is what I mean by being behind on the comments. Now I'm coming around, and now I'm back to Private Collection again. See, it's a circle. It's a circle of life, guys. Circle of life. It is a beautiful color, isn't it? It's a beautiful smell from the atomizer too. Private Collection, pure fragrance spray seems like a winner to me, man. Came out in the late 70s, or yeah. One of those guys. Check out my Base Notes Fragrantica review of Private Collection. Nice. I'll check it out, JJ. That might be a Grossman creation. Which one? So many glorious releases from Estee Lauder. Estee, never smelled Estee. And I don't think I've even ever smelled Alliage. Lauder for Men, there you go. And I think that's basically discontinued on its way out. What are you selling, Tim? Do not sell stuff without checking with a duck or a ram. Those are the requirements. Like the Amber Mystique, too. Never smelled Amber Mystique. Wow, 2 bottles. Grossman did White Linen. Never smelled it. All right, let's catch up on these comments. No screwing around now. Why not Bois Mystique by Houbigant? Colonia Futura is nice. Never smelled Futura. Never smelled Essenza. Never smelled any of the other ones. Epic Man in Arctic winter weather is sublime. Do I want to try it next summertime? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know what else is amazing in the summertime? Epic Woman. Epic Woman or Epic Man are both stunners in summer. Oh man, because I wore this in summer when I first got it. It was when I initially got it, and it was a pure love for me. Pure love. I'm stocking up on CK Euphoria Amber Gold. Never smelled it. Well, you know, once you're right the second time though, isn't it technically like the second day, right? You know, 12 hours and then 24 hours and then it's the second day. So it's almost like kind of going into the next day. I can't justify it. I'm waiting on a travel spray of Roja Amber Oud Parfum. Nice. Let me know what you think of it, Dennis. It's probably one of the better, you know, it's one of the best from that Oud line of the first three that came out. There was Oud, Amber Oud, and Musk Oud. Musk Oud's the worst to me. Anyone have thoughts on Gris Dior? Never smelled it, Rachel. Lagerfeld Cologne. I was thinking something like that. Lagerfeld Cologne, Boss Number One, maybe some Tenere, something like that, you know? Is Duck Mufasa and Ram Simba? What do you think, Rich? Chime in. Therapeutic Fragrance is a series channel. I'm wondering why it showed up on my feed. Thank goodness I now get feeds from Jeremy Fragrance. Roja is definitely Scar. No longer get feeds. Yes, that's right. Blonde Woods minus clean patch. That sounds dirty. Dang, I want to try that. Valder Nuit. Yes, it's amazing. Rachel, indeed. Sniffing Valder Nuit Extrait and Valder Nuit EDT. Amazing. Amazing indeed. Bought my mom private collection every year for Christmas during the 80s. Nice. Nice. You know, it's funny as a frag head going back to stuff like this, just because you listen and then you listen to people like Frederick Maul talk about the inspiration it was, and you think about the great perfumers smelling, you know, this kind of stuff and inspiring what comes out. And, you know, they'll put out something like, you know, Synthetic Jungle that's unisex, right? And you know, they've taken cues from the great green floral fragrances of the past. So why not get to know them? Get to know the old stuff. You know, it's interesting. And then you listen to Pierre Bourdon talk about Bois d'Orage, or it's known in Europe as French Lover, and he's saying that, you know, Frederick Malle and him basically recreated the perfume of their mothers, which was Miss Dior, with that green, you know, woodsy. It's just so interesting. So getting to know those older perfumes is so important. I will try Treillis. It's on the list for sure. That is very kind of you, Rachel. Seriously. Like I said, you guys are a godsend. I couldn't do it on my own. That's for sure. Most of the house is worth a go. Nice. Eminem Ram. All good, Antonio. Focus on driving. I am like an hour behind in the chat. That's right. That's right, I am. You know, I could just ignore people and just go straight to the bottom if you guys want. But, you know, I figured it would be better to give everyone their time in the sun. Beautiful iris and sandalwood. Nice. Ashoka. Yes, Ashoka is, I think, the one that I have. I think I've got a travel atomizer of Ashoka. It is very good. Watches on cops on my new and old ones are not a safe snatch up with abandon, to be honest. The new one does not fit. The old ones do. Yep, be careful, Antonio. Don't stream and drive. What Bertrand Duchefort did with Nila Vermeil is unbelievable, truly. Yeah, he's so underrated. He is so underrated for sure. When can we expect the next video, Jonathan? Indeed. Do let us know, my friend. Perfume is like books for me. I get a slight bit of anxiety and sadness that I will never be able to smell all of them before I die. I will miss many. You're right. That's it. I like it's like we talked about earlier, weighing the fact that I like the exploration factor. I like being an explorer. I like being a discoverer. A discoverer is a good word. REM actually has a song called Discoverer. It's very good. I think it's called that. Could be called something else, but it's I think on their last album they ever did. And I like being a discoverer, but I also love wearing my favorites too. And I have to weigh that. If I just let discovering take over, I feel like you're never going to be able to keep up with just the amount of perfume abounds. There's just stuff every day coming out. New houses, new release, new this, new that. And they just recycle it. They discontinue stuff. They put new stuff out that smells the same. So, so yes, that's the problem, you know. That is the problem. Jonathan's working on it. Have you tried 86 Eclectique from Les Bains Gerbois? That's also Ducheffort's creation, and the cardamom nose very good. Interesting. Duchamp, I know you love Ducheffort. You're doing the upgrade too, Jonathan. Let me know what you do with this light situation. I'm struggling with the lighting. Yeah, you know who made the bottles for Anila Vermeil, though, don't you? You know who made the bottles? It was the great Pierre Denard. Pierre Denard made that design. Kuren T Mitsuko Extrait is top. I do want to try Mitsuko's Extrait for sure. I don't think I've seen Madame Rochas bottles. Rochas Femme, yes. Speaking of femmes and madames, have you guys ever smelled Madame Carven? Madame de Carven. This is the pure parfum of Madame de Carven. This is very good too. There's like this ambery, waxy, styrax floral thing going on. It's really good. Good night, my friend. Thanks for being here, Yura. Hi, Ram. Abouk. I'm pretty sure they all do Duchefort for Nila Vermeil, Brem, but I could be wrong. Yeah. I can't stand Amberwoods either. Certainly saves me a penny. See, I like it all, so I have a problem. I am absolutely afflicted by Amberwoods. For just $3 a month, you can sponsor a duck painted by Modern Perfumes. You want to open up a Patreon with me, Duck? Just $3 a month. Join the Patreon Ram Duck fan club. We'll make sure to remove. We'll make sure to remove Amberwoods from all perfumes and only stick with old school classics. Thank you, Tripler. Fire for the live. Thank you, my friend. Very kind of you. Seriously, I very much appreciate it. I don't have a weird voice to read the, to read the super chats in. I'm not going to sit up here and say, let's get the super chats going. But I do appreciate it. I won't say no. Let's put it that way. You guys don't have to do that, but I won't say no. Thank you. It's going to a good cause. It's not just going to go sit in my bank account. It's going towards upgrading the equipment / buying perfume, which is kind of what I like to spend my money on. Howdy. Howdy, Dunk. Fabulous Bukhara. Salvador Dali. Never smelled it. From Duck Den to the Ram Ranch. That's a good one. Thank you, Rachel. I was struggling there. You saw a ram in need. Yes, thanks, Stephs. Thank you for saying thank you to everyone who's been so kind. You're doing a better job than I am at saying thank you. That's right, Ram Ranch. I like it. I love it, actually. Yes, that's right. Actually, Anuj just sent me a little box a couple weeks ago, so I can't say the same thing. You like the weave? It's so soft. Actually, it's not soft here, but it's fresh. Let's put it that way. No one talks about Beloved. I have a bottle. You're right. It's amazing. And that's why I like trusting my own nose instead of what other people think about it. Have you tried any Parfum Aroma fragrances? I have never smelled a Parfum Aroma. I know that's some sort of crime against some sort of fragrance god somewhere, but Lefteris, I am completely ignorant when it comes to Parfum Aroma. Well, I think this thing just shot me to the... Man, you guys are not kidding. I am an hour behind on the comments. Great to see you indeed. Arso, never smelled it. Can't pick a scent of the day. Waranteus. Anuj, indeed. Anuj is the man. Go with Pancaldi. I still need to do a video on Pancaldi that you sent me, Duncan, like a year ago, give or take. Thundora by Parfum Aroma is also nice. Never smelled any Parfum Aromas. Have you tried CL Man? Hell yeah. Look at the dent I put in CL Man. Half the bottle gone. This is another summer banger for Amouage, by the way. This is another summer banger. One of the few, Amouage scents that just use lavender to perfection in that. Lavender, frankincense, and this really interesting peach note, if memory serves. Good evening, Norwin. Welcome. Keith meant to say Bugatti came yesterday. Perfect. Yeah, you got the Bugatti I did the video on, the vintage from 92. Isn't it so Guerlain-like? It's amazing. Some days, a subtle fragrance, all you need. Yeah, that's true. Dia instantly reminds me of Guerlain Lupin Dandy. Wish I backed up. Never smelled Dandy, but if that's true, I know it's one of the last Jean-Paul Guerlains, right? Rachel has had a wrench. Rachel should have a wrench. I trust Rachel. I just don't know how to give her a wrench. I need to find out. I need to remember how. Amouage Figment Man all day for me. It's crazy, right? Figment Man has so grown on me. I'm so glad I was able to get this. Like, it's I feel like a wrong is righted, you know? Like I had some sort of sin, and I have now been given absolution for that sin. Like, it is complete, my child. You're safe now. You know? That's the way owning Figment Man makes me feel. Guerlain Vetiver Extreme go to Dumb Reach. I did just buy that about a month or two ago, and I do really enjoy it. I'm glad I've got it. Eau de Hermes haunts Jean-Claude Elena's dreams, as it does to me. Yes, it does. It's, he's basically recreated it multiple times in different formats. Think that Ramsey would love Arso. Probably. I love Fila Nagil, so I probably would like Arso. Orchid Leather underrated Rasconnay scent. Never smelled it. Never smelled Orchid Leather. Never even heard of it. Bordnikov Tabak Dore. Nice. That's a beautiful tobacco, isn't it? Probably one of the best tobaccos I don't actually have in my collection. Rocco Broco Porom is trash. Contact famous YouTuber for prompt removal. Crizia Porom is awesome. I got it for $6. You stole that. Ah, you bastards are beating me to it while I'm sitting here streaming. You're getting the good price on Crizia Porom. Not a fan of both Crizia Uomo and One Man Show. Have you smelled the vintage though, Manly? One Man Show. I assume you have. right, Keith? It's not the current stuff you're sniffing. The vintage is very good. Very, very good. Yep, it does for me too. That's right. Many times we don't always see eye to eye, but here we obviously do. They are very close. Yeah, one-man show. They need to discontinue that. Vintage one-man show is better, I think. Late to the party, scent of the day, unplanned Diaghilev EDP. Ah, yes, that's right. I'm very jealous of your bottle, though. Even though you said what you said, even though I think I would prefer the more animalic, modern one, as you say, that the vintage is less animalic. I'm very jealous of that EDP as a collector item. I think that thing's really cool. Even the more modern Krizia fragrances are underrated. Krizia Time, Easy Krizia, Eau de Krizia. I've never even heard of those, Anuj. I might wear Bengal Rouge. It's sunny, cool, and I love Papillon. Love. Salome is an amazing perfume. Sent a comment of the day yesterday went to Natalia, who said that Papillon's Salome makes her want to, when she puts on 10 sprays of Salome, it makes her want to start a Tinder profile. Oh, it's so hilarious. But I know exactly what she means. Experimented with Bellam in 30 plus Celsius weather for a week straight. Worked like a charm. Nice. Bellam's amazing. Vintage Giorgio Beverly Hills. It's a beauty. I love that honeyed patchouli. Ugh. That in Giorgio Beverly Hills for man VIP special reserve is. That's the way it should be. Greetings from Brussels. Hi, Hassan. Welcome. Vintage Lacoste Pour-Homme. It's a beautiful green fragrance. Reminds me of being in like a country club. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna go golf in your white Lacoste shirt and plaid knickers. Ah, Ringo, look at this. Ringo. I'm so late that Ringo actually, his little thing went away. That's how long it's been since he donated. I cannot bloody wait until January. The message you sent me about Sonnet has me frothing at the mouth. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, Anuj. Seriously. Found a bottle of Sorella Fontana. And Fendi Pour-Homme Absolute. Oh, I'm still quite new to the fragrance world, so eager to try. Nice. Congratulations, Everett. That sounds like amazing. Amazing buy. On my way to UPS. Salute from Bosnia. Fan your flames. Welcome, NASPA crew. Welcome from Bosnia. Glad to have you. Yep. We got Serbia, Bosnia. Yeah, the Extrait would be more rich. I'll catch it. Let me know what you think, Ringo. Anyone ever try the flanker Bijan called Wicked? No, but if anyone is going to try a flanker of Bijan man called Wicked, it'll be you. You're into the flankers, Jonathan. Let us know what you think. If Prado were to create their version of Fahrenheit, they would do something similar to Krizia Pour-Homme, the best way I can explain it. Okay. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. That makes sense. I haven't tried, but there's that. And black, I'm interested. You do love a good flanker. All right, I got to catch up. Interesting. I want to try them too. The vintage Bijan cologne also has the same longer ingredient list. Really? How does that make sense? I thought the cologne was like discontinued in the early 80s, Anuj. 75 ml cologne splash. Really? I might want that, by the way. Love Lone Star Memories. Me too. Ah, thank you, Hub. I'm sorry it took me so long to see your super sticker, but if you're still here, thank you. I know it's probably late where you are, but thank you, seriously. I don't know how to say thank you other than thank you, so I really do appreciate it. Is younger. No, Accord du Désert is older. No, Accord du Désert came out in 2016. Le du Désert Marocain came out in like 2005, I think. Very nice. My Serge Luton perfume god person just sent me this. He said he found a couple vintages for me. Cool. Very nice of him. It's nice to be nice. Telling him thank you. Thank you for being a nice person. Hard to keep up with the chat when you have 71, especially since I read every single one. Like if I just blew by them, yeah, it would be easy. That's good stuff. Nope. Bought 24 bottles when it came out just to test it. Reorder. Boom, it's gone. I get it. Yep. I think you need a light box or that umbrella. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. I need one of those stupid umbrella things to go around the lights. You're right. I need to buy one. You did pick up the Pinot Ombre. You like it. Not bad for 55 bucks, right? Just draw the curtains if they aren't blackouts. He doesn't need a high-tech solution for the hot spot on his face. He needs to close the window and use the light, but need to soften it. All right, I'll look into that umbrella thing. The shadow in the background of the doors is spooky as really right here. You mean my ghost? He's just doing what he's just hanging out with us. PDLN3, very nice. I'm a hospital nurse. I'm not supposed to wear frags. Oudward is really pushing it. Ah, I see, FCM. I see. We need more Versace Eros videos. I think completely bashing a line to saying, you know, go read some of the comments. There were some people that were not happy about that, but you know, they can sit with their feelings, right? Did I miss all the unboxings you did? It was vintage Val de Nuit Extrait, vintage and discontinued Parfums Weil, Antilope, which you can't see, but it does say Antilope Parfum de Toilette, which I'm actually really excited about. And last but certainly not least, where is it? Where did it go? Ah, here it is. Private Collection by Estee Lauder, the pure fragrance spray, discontinued. Very interesting. Do you like the Orange Extraordinaire collection from a Tatlib? I don't think I've ever smelled any of those, Luis. I would like to. I'm gonna wear ALD Beauty and the Beast. Yes, that's right. Just do it, dude. You know. Do you save your empties? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I threw away a 2013 bottle of Aventus, and then I regretted it. So I think I'm going to save these. I don't think I'm going to throw any more bottles away, but I'm kind of running out of space, so I might store them up in the attic. But maybe I'll just keep this around just because if I talk about it, you know, people like to see the bottle. So even though there's hardly any left, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think I'll be saving them from now on. What's your favorite Acqua di Parma? I really don't know the house that well. This is the only Acqua di Parma I own. It's Acqua di Parma Colonia Intensa. It's nice. It's a good take on a cologne, but I throw it in the same category as like Pour Monsieur by Chanel. You know, those kind of fragrances. Yeah, I need a light box. You're right. That's that umbrella thing. I'll find it. I'll do some research. The blue ram or a light umbrella. I'll probably get the light umbrella. Nothing wrong with the aftershaves, indeed. That's right. Well, I do have some Irish blood in me. You guys don't know that, but I do have some Irish blood. The Tessa impressions were exquisite. Thank you, Pranav. I'm glad you appreciated them. Absolutely, you could. Yes, you could, Keith. 100%. I love wearing, place a shirt or something for now. Oh, you think a shirt will do it? Let's test this theory. What do you guys think? Shirt? Yeah? I'm going to say the shirt's a winner. As long as it doesn't burn my house down. Interference is the lighting expert. Tonight you need the ghost in the shell. Yes, that's right. I must admit, this whole lighting business is, that's right, my Michael Myers mask. It's been a pleasure. I got to go soon. I got to go hang out with the little one. The 3-year-old wants to see daddy. You love Antilope. You know it, Rachel. No way. No one talks about Antilope. No one talks about it. I'll have to hit you up later and see what you think about it. You have a bunch of Antilope. Okay, good. That makes me feel good. I've only ever smelled the EDC. Ah, the Parfum de Toilette. What do you think of the modern relaunch of Antilope Eau de Parfum? Didn't even know there was a modern relaunch. It's bad. Love the older bottle. More depth. Nice. I am a lucky bastard indeed, Bren. The Gold Box EDC. Yeah, I assume the new stuff is bad. I'll send you some pictures tomorrow about the bottles arm. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Anuj. Amber Oud is overrated. I know what you mean, Ajay. If you feel that way about Amber Oud, I would not disagree necessarily. I enjoyed wearing it. I have a video on it. I don't own a bottle. I only had a little sample. Just got a discontinued Dua. Like Dua. Ah, Hassan just bought vintage YSL Jazz. Congrats. There's probably a ton of YouTube vids on how to set up lighting. Yeah, that's a lot of work, though, interference. You know, I could be sitting here hanging out with you guys rather than watching YouTube videos on lighting. Has anyone tried Carbon Homme, not Pour Homme? Used to be 20 for 50 mil. Never smelled it, man. I'm only 54 minutes behind the chat. 51. We're catching up. 50. 49. Ah, Tom Ford Tobacco Oud Intense. Never smelled it. I do love Tobacco Oud, though. Arso. Nice. That is the question, the intense versions. I think I'm caught up. Hello from Marrakesh. Hello, Ahmad. Welcome, my friend. Glad to see you. Have a good night, Bren. You happen to have Armani Mur Imperial. Someone was talking about that the other day. When I used to do floor work on oncology, we were sent home if the boss smelled perfume. I would have quit, Alan. No more Casper the Friendly Ghost. I should add that the smell of cigarette smoke wasn't tolerated either. Wow, they're harsh, eh? You own several bottles. All right, I'm going to text you later. Gotta go too. I gotta go too. I should go and hang out with the little one. I appreciate this enjoyable stream. I love that I can just turn on the stream, go live, and just enjoy the interaction with you guys. Pull out bottles, talk. You know, we did the unboxing, which is cool, but just the back and forth is awesome. I can see why streaming gets so. I can totally see why streaming gets so like addictive, you know, because before I hardly did any streams. Now I feel like all I want to do is kind of stream with you guys. It's been great. Thank you. And of course, thanks to everyone who donated, even if it's $1, it's greatly appreciated. It'll go to the war chest, to stuff like the new microphone, the new camera, the new light, the new fragrances. So yes, thank you. I feel very, very blessed. And you guys always make me feel you know, king of the hill. You make me feel like I'm the mayor of our little fragrance town. I love it. Love holding court with you guys and chatting, and you know, the back and forth is great. So thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it so much. So have a great night, everyone, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.